You know what day it is, you know what time it is. It's time for the weekly recap of the QMJHL. Today is week 6 of the QMJHL. Let's start like each week with Bathurst. And on the 24th, on Thursday, they lost 3-0 over Cape Breton. And the next day, on Friday, they won 2-0 over Cape Breton. Now for Bécamo, on Thursday, they lost 3-0 to Victoriaville. On Friday, they won 5-2 over Charlottetown. And on Sunday, they won 8-5 to Quebec. Now for Blainville, on Friday, they won 6-2 over Gatineau. And on Sunday, they lost 5-2 to Drummondville. On Thursday, Cape Breton won over Bathurst 3-0, like I said earlier, and they lost on Friday 2-0. And yesterday, Cape Breton won 6-5 in overtime versus Rouyn-Noranda. On Friday, Charlottetown lost to Bécamo 5-2, and on Saturday, they lost to Chicoutimi 4-2. On Friday, Chicoutimi won over Quebec 3-1, and like I said just a second ago, Chicoutimi won over Charlottetown 4-2 on Saturday. On Friday, Drummondville lost 5-1 to Moncton. On Saturday, they won 4-2 to St. John's. And on Sunday, they won 5-2 against Blainville. On Friday, Gatineau lost 6-2 to Blainville. And on Sunday, they lost 3-2 to St. John in overtime. On Friday, Halifax lost 8-1 in Shawinigan. On Saturday, they lost 4-3 to Victoriaville. And on Sunday, they lost 6-1 to Sherbrooke. A difficult week for Halifax. On Friday, Moncton won 5-1 over Drummondville. On Saturday, Moncton won 5-2 over Shawinigan. And on Sunday, they won 5-3 over Victoriaville. On Friday, Quebec lost 3-1 to Chicoutimi, and on Sunday, they lost 8-5 to Bécamo. On Thursday, Rouyn-Noranda won 6-2 over Rimouski. On Friday, they lost 3-0. On Sunday, they played Val-d'Or and won 2-1. And yesterday, they lost to Cape Breton 6-5 in overtime. On Friday, St. John lost 6-1 to Sherbrooke. On Saturday, they lost 4-2 to Drummondville, but then on Sunday, they won 3-2 in overtime versus Gatineau. On Friday, Shawinigan won 8-1 over Halifax, and on Saturday, they lost to Moncton 5-2. On Friday, Sherbrooke won 6-1 over St. John, and on Sunday, they won 6-1 over Halifax. On Saturday, Val-d'Or played Rimouski and they won in shootout 5-4. And the next day on Sunday, they played Rouyn-Noranda and lost 2-1. Last but not least, on Thursday, Victoriaville won 3-0 over Bécamo. On Saturday, they won 4-3 over Halifax. And on Sunday, they lost 5-3 to Moncton. Now for my team's game, I'm going to talk pretty fast. Rimouski didn't play well in this game. They were undisciplined, as you can see by the 9 penalties against 2. Just gonna say that. They were undisciplined and they got scored on a lot of power play. That's about it. But the next day, they started with a goal in mind, is to beat Rouyn-Noranda fair and square, and they beat them 3-0. Second shutout of the year for LaSalle. And in Val-d'Or, they were winning 4-2 with a period to go. They started playing defensively, and they got scored 2 goals, then went to overtime, then lost in shootout. Honestly, that's a bad look. Rimouski shouldn't have lost this game. Like I predicted, they should have won. And they decided to stop playing. And yeah, they lost because of it. Now for the stats, there's a good point. Mathieu Catafor is now the point leading player. That's one of the 2 positive things for Rimouski this weekend. Catavor is the leading point scorer. He's second in assists, as you can see. Woodward with 20. Great season for him. It's pretty close in points, but yeah. Fauchon's doing well goal-wise. Now in net, as you can see, second good point for Rimouski. William Lassalle is the third best goalie stat-wise in the league. And I would say he might be close to be the best if you take in account that he got 2 shutout, which Steinman and Mercer got none. Okay, they both got 1. My bad. But yeah, they're 3 very good goalie. And yeah. But it's a good point for my team. Lassalle's doing very good. Then lastly, for the standings, Rimouski's 5th. 1 game to play over Rouen. So they would get like... Oh, and Bathurst. So they would get like 3rd. But then they play Bathurst this weekend and Shawinigan. Could be hard. One thing important to see is conference-wise, they're 2nd. I mean, Moncton won the 2 games that Rimouski lost, so that's why they're 1st. Overall, I think Rimouski could go to 3rd place this week, just under Drummondville and Moncton, and maybe surpass Drummondville at some point. Because as you can see, Drummondville got 2 more games than Moncton. So technically Moncton is better right now. But yeah, time will tell. And we're going to see that next week. And before we leave each other, Rimouski's playing 3 games this week at home. They're playing Bathurst on November 2nd. This Saturday. I'd say both teams could end up winning. I'd say Rimouski should win it. They're at home. Yeah, I think Rimouski's going to win it. Don't bet on it. It's such a close game, but I think Rimouski will win it. Bathurst looks to be a more defensive team. Rimouski got a lot of point-a-game player that Bathurst doesn't. Now for Shawinigan, once again, in Rimouski on November 3rd. Could go one way or the other. To be honest, I think Rimouski might win it, but once again, it's not a bad team. And then Chicoutimi and Rimouski. Chicoutimi is on a winning streak. As you can see, Rimouski dominates Chicoutimi when we're playing at Rimouski. So I'd say another win. So I'd say a win to Bathurst, a close one, Shawinigan as well, and Chicoutimi as well. 3 games that are going to be close, that are going to end up being a win for Rimouski, but that's what I think. Rimouski won 5-4 in shootout this season, so it was close. And Bathurst and Shawinigan will be the first meeting between those 2 teams. So we're going to see us next week to see what happened. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to see us next week.